Alright, hello. Sorry for the delay, and also sorry for the mic level. The audio is probably very quiet for me speaking right now. It's because it's far away. I will adjust that in a moment's time, but we've got to start the race to get going. Horrible start for myself. We start near the back. We've got Niffo trying to make their way through there on the inside line. There's a Red Bull. Got to avoid that one. And goodbye to the Alpine and the other Red Bull. Now, into the braking zone, we've got Eagle to the left, Niffo once again to the inside. Now they have the outside and the Eagle's on the inside. I'm going to try and see if I can come through. Niffo don't want to go through a fellow LSI driver. That was close with Eagle and Niffo right there. Both of us, or all three of us, were very lucky in that situation. We could have been very easily involved in an interesting scenario at multiple occasions. I don't want to hinder Igor too much so he can try and make progress on the car ahead, although the car ahead has managed to somehow take them out completely, so I'm just going to make sure I make that move and they can take me out as much as they want. But yeah, they turned in, so I got demon dragged and I couldn't really do much. It's interesting. And my teammate, don't know what they're doing. That is Niffo finding another route around the circuit, slotted in behind the Haas driver, and we're just completely underperforming right there, under driving through the corner. We do have cars going very slowly, not really sure where to go on the circuit right now, to a point where I have to make sure I've adjusted myself, so I have to almost take avoiding action. Why did they turn so early? I think they're looking for a switchback. I'm just going to brake as late as I can. See if I can get through here. I don't want the inside line, but the Sauber somehow wants the inside line. I'm going to lift off and let them go. The Haas to the outside. Oh, that's crazy. That is crazy. Well avoided, Niffo. Wow. What on earth are people doing right now? In fairness, right, Thursday seems to be where the lobbies are at. Cooking. Lots of people in the lobby. Whether they're good at driving, that's a different question. Eagle's going to be catching up and hopefully can get back in this race. But we've got a lot of time in between us and the cars ahead now. So it's going to be very difficult for us to improve. That's Niffo going off the circuit. I'm going to try and go through the middle of them. See if I can make the move, but Niffo's trying to fight it. We're going to have to leave the space. Oh. I don't really want to fight, but he seems to be leaving the space. I'm trying to slow down. They're trying to be respectful. Now, 5.8 seconds to the cars ahead. Can we try and break that, or catch that, sorry, I should say. Nope. I'll take the lead of the train. We've got both Astons behind us. Eagle being one of them. Not really done a very good job of that right there. Didn't get down third gear either. I stayed in fourth gear, which can be a thing that works. 5.0 seconds. Trying to keep the revs up there. Don't think I'll get challenged by the cars behind. They will be fighting each other though, so they're probably going to be burning energy. Eagle couldn't get through this time. Bonus the night flush, they're having pace.
Green flag.
Back down to 7. Shouldn't have gone up to 8. Got an interesting green flag call, not really sure why. I think we've broken away from DRS from the cars behind potentially. So that would be Igor possibly being able to get through quite easily there. Bit all over the place on the gearing and the steering. But we have gained 2 seconds. And we just need a bit more. I don't think P4's on the cards, but P5, if we can keep pushing, it might just be possible. Yep, we're on racing line because I forgot to turn it off, I'll be honest with you. But it is what it is. We do see that the cars ahead are unfortunately in a bit of a DRS train. On 4th gear, which isn't good. They're in the DRS train, so they will be kind of assisting each other with a lot of speed right now. So I can gain as much as I want, but if they're within the DRS range of one another, it's going to be virtually impossible for me to catch up. Trying to push on the energy, but they've just got that straight line speed advantage. I just got to hope that one of them gets a penalty at this point. Don't think it will be possible. Oh, someone spun! We've got the move!
Okay, clear.
Niffer has been keeping the gap nicely, pushing us on. They did a time penalty themselves. Now we catch up as best as we can to the car ahead. So if we have a major issue right here, we are going to finish P5 in the end, which is what we were hoping for. We got to be thankful that we got so close to P4, as we didn't think so. Zingy gets the win by 0.7 seconds there, and that is Niffer going down behind Igor and the Alpine driver. But that one's done. GG. Race 1 finished. There we go. Lovely stuff. Now, I will quickly adjust my mic. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. I mean, to be fair, it's not that far away from where it usually would, I don't think. Usually would be. But yeah, I'll get that sorted. Alrighty, that one's done. First race finished. And we move on. Right. Lovely stuff. We'll be back in a second. Pre-recorded? What do you mean pre-recorded? What's going on there? The accusations. I can't believe it. Right, hold on a second. Right. I think we are going to have to be in our seat, unfortunately. We're going to, not unfortunately, but we're going to have to stay where we are at Haas. We don't get the choice to change over dynamically. You've seen Zingy winning before? Must be pre-recorded. It would make sense. It would make sense. Go back to the days where, well, I assume they don't pre-record the esports races anymore. But throwback to when they did. Whoa, I'm just trying to move my mic over everywhere and it's making all kind of noises. I really need some like background noise. Kind of stopped messing with my other microphone stuff. Right. Albert Park. Not a circuit that we go to too often. That's why we're here. We're here to get the circuit done, get some practice at it, because you know what, why not? Now, I'm gonna try and make some setup changes here, but say that. It's an interesting setup. It's a very interesting setup. I don't really want to change the braking force. Ooh, I'm gonna do that, and that, definitely. I'll leave that as it is. Do that. I probably need to put it to 54 to be fair. And then I need to also go, before I go into the race, turn my assist off, because I just did an entire race with Racing Line. Whatever happens to German guy that used to commentate back in the day. They left a while ago. I'll tell you why. It's because, I don't know if you remember Vibes, but basically, Vibes, there was a bit of a collision between those two. They assumed that it was an intentional collision when it wasn't. It was game physics causing what I call the bouncing effect. We gave Vibes a penalty for kind of unnecessarily being too close, but not a penalty such as a ban because... Whoa! Not a ban because they didn't cause a deliberate collision, although the guy thought they did. And then he left because he was unhappy with that decision. So, yeah. It was a... Whoa, that was horrific for me. It was an unfortunate situation to see them leave, but they had their opinion. And they made their decision, so... I'm not looking where I'm going, I'm reading chat. That's why you shouldn't read chat. Oh, I forgot to invalidate! I forgot to invalidate! Stefanio, that is your... Completely my fault. I'm going to drop to the back of the pack. Off the line. Hopefully I can stay out the way of others. But yeah. I completely forgot to validate. When I try to not invalidate in league racing, I invalidate. And when I try to invalidate, I can't invalidate. Crazy stuff. I was just in the zone telling stories right there. That's all it was. That's all it was. Right. Let's see. See what we can do. Alright, it's dry. We don't need to make any setup changes. We won't be the first one, we won't be that guy. We'll let others ready up first. And then we'll prepare ourselves to dart off to the left or the right to move out the way of other cars. There you go. Now, we'll see what we can do. I wonder if that countdown starts when, not when the first person readies up, but when like half the lobby readies up. I think it might be that. Is that correct? I don't know. Because a lot of people must have all of a sudden readied up at one point there. Unless it's... Yeah, but I don't know. It's not because I'm a host, because usually I load in after certain people with really good PCs and internet. I mean, I definitely load in earlier if I'm spectator, but not like this. Here we go, good luck. Oh my days! I go off the circuit and people still manage to crash into me. I'm just going to rejoin at this point. Hope that guy avoids me and just take it from here. Lots of people still parked at the start line.
Caution, caution!
I just need to try and remember my braking points right now. I'll be honest, I don't really remember them. Luckily, this game has got a lot of grip on the front end that means any of my mistakes can be easily corrected, especially around the circuit. Oh, wow. This is Brain Cell 100. Oh, my days. Incredible stuff. Don't hit me, please. Thank you. What? That's an illegal overtake.
Illegal, I'm afraid, mate. Return the position. Give it back.
Because I went over the yellow line. I thought it was still the track, but it wasn't. People are very special. They are one of a kind, and everyone should be studied very carefully because you never know what's going on in the human brain, especially Aliscaro 09. A complex human being that I assume will be studied for years. Anyway, we're not too close to the front pack. Could be worse, definitely. We could be half asleep. What a name. We could be like half asleep in the Sauber right there. Don't know why I'm lifting for that second one, I really shouldn't be. Whoa. Completely gone off here. Hello in the chat. Sorry I can't read your message right now because I'm a bit too far away to see what you said, but welcome in. Oh, I'm all over the place. This no line stuff is really slowing me down. I think I can still maybe catch one or two people, but yeah, other than that I think it's going to be pretty hard. Probably braking a bit too early there. turning in way too early, and I've spun it. I've spun it. Oh, no. That's really embarrassing. Now, I am back with half asleep. I am basically half asleep. Now I've got to try and gain... Probably 5. I can't think. 7 seconds. 7.5 seconds on P12 to get P12. Not even to get points. I can't get points at this stage. Considering it's a practice lobby at a circuit that no one ever really drives, this has been a very tidy, except from my side, very, very tidy 5-lap race. You look at the pack, it's a pretty competitive grid it seems to be. All things considered, of course. They don't seem to be too far away from one another. Now, that's way too high a gear, so I kind of just took too much speed, and then whenever track limits, easily done. A bit better than last time, but still pretty poor. Gained almost 2 seconds on the 7-second time penalty runner. We've got just over... Oh, what? 9/10? What? Oh, they've just been overtaken. Oh, not DNF.
Yellow
Oh, wow.
flag.
What the hell happened there? We've given up. We'll just drive through that. 12.2 seconds all of a sudden. We just lost time? What? Did I brake really early or something? Or just... Did they lag? I don't know. I just all of a sudden lost a massive amount of time. Was that the 7-second runner? That must have been the 7-second time penalty runner. But just DNF. My bad then. To continue, can we get within time penalty range of the McLaren here? Oh no, we can't. Not if we're going to do that. Can't go over track limits again. That was horrendous. I shifted down twice as well. That's awful. Do not watch me for reference with driving. Watch the other hot lap guys. Bassoon, Rillaton, Heischler and Zingy. They're much faster than me. Nifo seems to have had a bit of a stinker.
Green flag.
On the last lap. And with 7 seconds of time penalties, I think he's going to be out the points. Oh no! They're just within the point. Nope, nope, they've actually backed off to ruin my day. Oh, but the McLaren's had an issue. Can we get the move done? Oh my days! It's a masterclass to P10. 5-second penalty for ignoring flags. What is that? What is that? A 5-lapper, and someone spun at the final corner in a 5-lapper, and I've got a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. I've never, in the history of driving this game, I think ever had that. Yeah, never had that. Usually it's further on in, or earlier on into the race, and you let a position go, but not across the line like that. Did I get a warning and I just didn't see it? Anyway, crazy stuff. That's the results. Zingy misses out. Did he miss out on track, or did he just get a time penalty? They did miss out by half a second on track in the end, so they did get beaten there. We scroll down the order, and we see that's the rest of the grid. The standings are as follows. 1 point difference between the top two, and Williams lead the way by 8 points. Lovely stuff. There we go. And we move on. Alright. Lovely stuff. Perfect breaking point. Play with damage, please. It could be possible, but the thing is, we've got some other LSI drivers that we have running. And obviously, if you get a random driver crash into them, it kind of ruins the race. So what you've got to just try and do, if you are a driver, you just got to try and avoid the carnage. And eventually, the dirty drivers will probably end up quite far behind you, or with time penalties, and you'll finish ahead of them anyway. We could play with damage maybe later on in the stream and have like a damage only race, or not a damage only, like a damage race. But for now, we'll keep it to this. Let's have a look at the calendar, just and have a look. We've got Monza at the end, so we could maybe do a damage Monza kind of circuit. That could be interesting. I'm going to see if I can switch cars. We can go into the Ferrari and have a bit more of a different look of vehicle, change of scenery, or jump in the Red Bull for Japan, because that's where we're going next. We've got Peanuts in the lobby, which is great to see. Gotta love that. Yeah, so there is a reason for us having damage off. Not that we necessarily want to have it off, but it's just with a slightly smaller community, it does make sense to leave it off. If we had a bigger community of drivers that we knew that would turn up to the lobbies and have like a decent sized lobby, then maybe I'd put damage on, and the racing would be a lot less chaotic. But at the same time, we have the drivers that we do know, and they can come here, they can practice, they can send it as hard as they can, and you know, they can do all these things that they won't get to do in a normal league race, and just see how it goes. And if it doesn't go well, no one gets damage. Obviously, it's not great, but it's better to do that in a 5-lap lobby rather than in the actual race itself. But your point is, you took over a car and drove through. Oh, I see. A ghost car, do you mean? So that was actually a disconnected car. So somebody had left the lobby, and their car was driving on the circuit, because we've got ghosting set for that specific purpose. If somebody's left the lobby, we make it so it ghosts. It's just because in the 5-lap race, lots of people do leave. So if we did that, then we'd have a lot of just solid cars on the track, just being a bit of a nuisance. So yeah, it's annoying that we have to do this, but it is what it is. Frantic, I did not read that message in time that you've deleted it, but I'm sure you're having a great day. Yeah, anyway. Japan is next, and we'll see what we can do. Alright. Let's see. Load up our setup. We've actually got a race setup here, so that is good. I'm going to load that one. There's a slight difference, but I'm going to load it anyway. We're going to try and set, not a lap, but we're going to try and invalidate the lap somewhere and then complete the lap as normal. So we can start at the back with the invalid lap, but we can also see where we would have positioned. Obviously, other people might disqualify as well, just to do the same thing as I am. Other LSI drivers definitely do that, so it's got to be taken with a pinch of salt, but we'll see what we can do. Whoa, I didn't lift enough of that. Didn't need to brake, but just didn't lift enough. Wait for that one. Understeer. Oh, this is horrendous with no line. I know what I'm doing, I just, with no line, it just puts a whole other factor into it. Oh, and I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place. Just about held the car. Up to 54 into the hairpin. Probably broke a little bit early there. Down to 52. Put it to the right side. We've invalidated, so that's good. Understeered a bit on the exit, just not what we want. Back to 55, so not back to 55, gone back to 54 and then up one again. On the brake bias. Oh, horrible track usage, but using no line, I'll take it. We set the lap at least. Well, we managed to get a lap. Obviously invalid. Don't take it out of context. It wouldn't make sense otherwise. Now, we start second to last, so almost last pole position, which is what we're aiming for. Seed 84, I recognise that name. Greedy, I wanted too much. I guess I did. I just didn't lift off enough, which is silly. But, yeah. It is what it is, you live and you learn, and hopefully I don't do that in the main race, or in the race, sorry. Hopefully. Not to say that I won't. Right. The Japanese Grand Prix. Super last third. It was better. It was a better last sector, but yeah, it still could have been a lot better. If I had my line on, racing line on, I would be able to do it quite quickly. But yeah, just not able to do it as good. Hopefully have a bit of a better race. I don't want to jinx anything, so I'm not going to say too much. But other than that, let's get it. And good luck. We do not have an extra car behind us, so we are second to last for sure. We've got Nifo, you can see the left wing mirror. But other than that, just us. Just to confirm that we look behind. 10.5k, 10.5 revs, 10,000 and a half. There we go, just about got it out. Whoa, whoa! That's crazy, and I've got an illegal overtake for that. And a 3 second already. A 3 second.
Okay,
I didn't even get a chance to just let that one go. That's
flags.
actually criminal. I'm not going to try and make the move here. Oh, they just broke. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, honestly. Why did they have to go so slow? If they didn't let them go, then that would have been a bit different. Right. We'll see how this goes, shall we? We've got a Williams in front and behind us. Igor just up in front as well.
We can now use DRS. DRS now available.
so difficult to make moves. Especially on a car that is going slow on purpose and can switch up the pace when they need to. Zingy is a very quick guy and doesn't need to be going as slowly. Third gear, not what I was looking for. Now, Zingy's looking to get the DRS from Igor. Unfortunately, we do have another track limit as well, so we've got to be careful because we could get ourselves another 2 seconds. Which obviously makes 5 seconds, which is not what we want. Never gonna get it when you get minimal space there. Nice one, Nifo. Taking advantage of the ghosting. Interesting tactics of the Williams boys today. Thing is, when you're this good, you can afford to be perfect arses, is what it should be called. They can both be very aggressive with their driving, but still not have any problems because they know what they're doing. They are very good people though, that's what I should say. Very good people. Just like to troll the live stream by putting on their battery and slowing everyone down. Oh, it's a delight, honestly. It is a delight to see. Didn't mean to do that. Well, that's my final track limit. Can't do that again. Otherwise we'll be in big trouble. Put down the order. I don't know, I'm in 5th gear. 4th gear, sorry.
Okay, clear.
And he's going to significantly slow down so that I can't get a move on Igor and Nifo can catch up. Very frustrating. And he knows what he's doing as well. Now, even though I've got a 5 second, 3 seconds, sorry, I'll still give it my best shot. .9. Chances of me catching Igor is very slim. I'll let Zingy go because it's going to be a useless fight otherwise. They back off and let it be. Whether I'm catching Igor or not though, doesn't look like it. I'm very high Brake bias right there. Wasn't great. Get some rotation on the brake, which was lovely. Wow, horrible through there, very slow. There's a lot of time. We've got the ERS to use at the back straight, which will be fine. Igor and Frantic will be in viewing distance, but not in a position to make a move, unfortunately. And that's a GG. Well, we finish in the end P6, I think. We'll take the P6. Although Zingy seems to be slowing down to let me take that P5. Fair enough! Fair enough. Very, very appreciative. Obviously, that wasn't really a majorly fair penalty at the start, so I do appreciate that, Zingy. Thank you very much. And that is another win for our boy. So they've managed to take the lead of the championship right now. Peanuts in P2 on their first race this evening. That's great to see. Frantic sitting in P3 with Eagle making it a 3-4 for Aston Martin. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff indeed. Yeah, first corner is difficult. First corner is difficult. It's very hard to overtake because you don't know how much the car on the outside is going to leave you space. So you try to cut in as much as you can and then you just lose the car. You can still hold it in this game. In the last game, you would have probably been absolutely finished. That's the standings, 16 points difference. And then you've got the Mercedes team leading the way by 3 points over Aston Martin with 5 points difference now. And that is that one. And we'll move on to the next one. Last lap was nice. It was nice and clean, very relaxed, but still not entirely too certain on the pace. But considering I had no line and I'm not used to that, I will take it. I will take it very happily. All right. Let's see what we can do. Zingy, I don't blame you for the comment. It's not easy. It's not easy. There are some circuits that do really highlight the flaws of the game. This game does have some good features, of course, but there are definitely some things that do highlight the flaws of the game, which is not really what we want. But for example, Japan and Kota, those are some circuits that really do show that. It's very unfortunate, but it's just the way things go. It is just the way things go. I'm just going to have a quick look at something. I do apologise. We should be good. Lovely stuff. All right. Singapore's up next. See what we can do. We'll give it our best shot. All right. Eau Rouge in Belgium is fascinating. It always is. It's one of those corners that are very well in an F1 car, very hard to gain that extra time because it's easy flat. So it's a big struggle. But when you're in a race situation as well in the F1 game, you've got to try and use the ERS to your advantage because the engine revs will change as you go uphill. ERS, you've got to make sure you use that to keep those engine revs up, but then also you've got to make sure that you don't use too much of it because you won't have enough for the rest of the lap if you're not careful. So yeah, it's a difficult corner. In the F1 game, it's flat, quite simply, but it doesn't mean that it's easy. And game time is even harder. Right, I was just changing some things to my mic there. I do apologise for any noises that may have come through, but I don't think too much disruption would have happened. Now, Singapore is going to be a circuit that is always very, very difficult, and let alone in a 5-lapper, let alone starting at the back in a 5-lapper, which is what we're going to attempt to do, and we're going to see how far we can get up the order. It's usually one of those circuits where you just can't get your way through the order if you start at the back. We won't change it. Oh, it's going to be intermediate conditions for quali at least, not for the race. So we'll just load up a dry setup and deal with it, to be honest. That being said, Singapore, such a high downforce circuit that dry setup and a wet setup is very, very similar. I'm going to let 100% be. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. That. Leave that be. Plonk that on. Interesting tyre situation, really. We don't have tyre temperatures on in these 5-lappers, so I don't need to worry about changing that, and it would be useful for the grip, of course. I'm just going to validate here. Oh, yeah, missed that corner a bit. Yeah, but with the tyres, if you are doing a league race and tyre temps are on, then you've got to make sure you get that right, and it's interesting to see what they were like right there. Obviously in time trial, tyre pressures are perfect, so it doesn't make a difference, and that's why they're there, but if you did want to take that into a race situation, I think you probably want to go max tyre pressures around this circuit, just to keep the tyre temps down. I'm really going very slowly right now, I apologise, I've actually tail whipped the wall, which is not what we want. But we do it anyway. Wait, just before the 50, hope that the engine braking helps us out nicely. Go through the old Singapore sling section. Braking in the straight line. Oh, we're in third gear. Shouldn't be in third gear, should be in second gear to get that power. Had a lot of torque. Caused us to have a very loose rear end. 100 metres in the rain. Probably 75, I reckon, maybe 80 in the dry if we can get away with that. Same for that one, although I didn't really optimise the downshifting, so I reckon if I tried that again in the wet, I'll be able to get the job done. Oh, gone very wide there, it's not any good. And we complete the lap in the end. It was very messy, but it's going to be dry for the main race, so we'll see. I keep calling it the main race. We'll see how it goes. Would that have been a P4, I think? If we set that lap. In real life, imagine G-force. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, G-forces up Eau Rouge are just absolutely nuts. But also, you know, you think of the left and right as you turn left and right, but also the G-forces that go down into the floor. When you go uphill, you go down into the floor, and it really must hurt a lot when you smack the floor of the car. But yeah, Formula 1 drivers, they are proper athletes, no doubt about it. I heard somebody say recently that all they do is drive in circles. There's nothing too hard about it. I think they can think again. It's not an easy sport. I mean, even sim racing as well these days, when you have like the wheel, and you're working hard every lap to turn the wheel left and right, it can be very, very tiring. It is, one of the, is it maybe one of the only esports, one of the few esports that you really have to physically work hard if you're not on a controller, but also controllers are quite difficult if you're going to be driving a 40-minute race straight, using your hands, of course. But with a wheel, 40 minutes on average a race would be, it's not easy. But yeah, we'll see. Aside how I drive this circuit, see how I drive this circuit. It's going to be an interesting one. I used to be okay without racing line around here. I slowly got worse, and now I've kind of got it back a little bit in the wet. I'm just all over the place, but yeah, I know where I need to brake. It's just whether I can do it or not. That's the question. Around this circuit, you've got so much to think about. You've got so many cars around you to think about as well. It's going to be absolutely crazy. I might let the cars behind me go, so I can start dead last and just see how it goes from there. Good luck, everyone. Here we go. No, I'll just take it. That is
mate,
not an illegal
maneuver.
overtake. I'm just going to let all overtakes go. But that is ridiculous. To be a legal overtake, we've got the championship leader right behind us. The championship leader is not having a good race today. Don't know if we can nab any overtakes right here. Quite a difficult one to do so. Yeah, I'm not going to take the risk, because on the exit we'll get a few positions, I reckon. Although that... Oh, the Mercedes and the McLaren are having a little bit of a feisty moment. I'm sorry to the championship leader behind us. Oh, this guy's going so slowly. Not going to give us any space. We got the rotation. We'll let the championship leader go. I'm not going to try and fight them. They've done such a good job. It would be silly too. They're not going to have an easy way through though. Whoa! That's crazy scary. You see a car all of a sudden appear on your screen.
Okay,
Can I follow the champion leader through? No, the Alpine's going to try and take him out. I'm going to let him have the space. Tried to get a bit feisty with the Alpine, which is fair enough. Peanuts is right behind. These two are going at it with one another. I'm just going to go wide and try and avoid any carnage. Now the Alpine's frustrated and going to try and block everyone they can. Got Nifo to the outside. I'm going to leave the space. They've moved in the braking zone and I've completely taken Nifo out. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I was getting very distracted and I do apologise. Yep, he's not happy with me. I do apologise, Nifo. My bad, completely. I was on the inside line. I tried to take a normal braking point and obviously if you are on the inside and you've got cars ahead of you as well, you cannot take a normal braking point. You have to brake earlier. And I was very silly with that. Completely on me. Let's see if we can do anything. And make some progress. After all, it is Singapore. It's not going to be easy, that's all. I'll go defensive. They're going to try and take us out as well.
No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
And that is interesting. I don't know what happened there. Very hard to see what just went on, but like they tried to go very aggressive due to the racing ball we've managed to get through. Maybe it was my fault, I don't quite know. I think I'm braking a bit too early there. Definitely not ideal through there.
Okay, clear.
I think I needed to shift. 9 seconds for Nifo. They are also 3 seconds behind. If we can't catch anyone in front shortly, then we might look at slowing down just so we can race side by side with Nifo, because that could be good. There are a few cars ahead. Whether I can catch them quickly though, I don't know. $80 meters. Need to make sure I fix my braking point now. I reckon that corner might be flat. We'll try it next lap and see. Didn't turn in early enough there. Can we catch up on this lap? This is make or break. If we don't and we slow down for the final lap, and we'll wait for Nifo so we can have a bit of a race. Take a bit later there, but I've mounted the curb, which doesn't help. Just about avoided the wall if we brake too late. Oh, I turned in too early. Catch up to the Alpine of one of the two, but oh, that's P10, that is a point. If we were able to catch the car ahead and make another point, then maybe I'd take it. No, you know what? I'm going to try and take the last corner flat, and then we'll just wait for Nifo. We'll wait for Nifo. Here we go, here's the attempt. Final corner flat. Oh, it's possible, definitely. We'll wait up. And if they can catch up and fight us. Oh, big lag. I understood big time there. Oh, yo, I'm sorry. Oh, I've taken him out twice in one race. Oh, and we've lost the points position. Oh, I can't believe what I've done. I'm so sorry, Nifo. I'm so sorry. Well, he'll overtake me for the final time here into the braking zone. Oh, hey, that is as close as it will ever get. Very well done, Nifo, in that final corner. Prove to me who is the more capable driver. GG. Alright, well, unfortunately we missed out there. Purely my mistake. We could have still got a P9 if I didn't make that mistake, which is crazy. But in the end, we didn't get points after either of us. And it is what it is. Now, Zingy takes the win. The championship leader takes a P3, so Zingy will catch up nicely. What is that? 10 points difference? So 6 points in it now going into the final race, I believe. We're going to keep it an F1 race, you know. We're going to keep it an F1 race and see how it goes in that final round. You might have taken out our boy turn 1. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Painful to watch the third lap. Yeah, it wasn't great, was it? I'm sorry. It was pretty painful. Right, that's that one done. We'll have a quick look at the standings before we go into that final race. 5 points actually, not 6 points. But although Zingy needs to score 6 points if he wants to win. Because I think our boys won a couple. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure if Zingy has won as many. Williams and Aston Martin are dead on points. 8 points difference between Mercedes and the top two. The other cars or teams are out of contention, unfortunately, but everyone else above that, of course, are. And this is probably going to be one of the closest practice lobbies we've had in a long time. Now, that poor race from me did see me drop down the order quite significantly. I've been overtaken by my teammate. I've also been overtaken by Peanuts, who joined very late on in the lobbies. So, yeah, not an ideal situation, but we've got one more race to try and make it work. Whether we get the positions in the championship order or not, we'll give it our best shot, and a result just could show us what we could have been capable of if we didn't make those mistakes. All right. Let's see. See how it goes. Monza. Final time this evening, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. We'll see what we can do. We're going to hop in the McLaren, because that is a car that is free, and we'll see how it goes this evening. Championship decider on the line. Alrighty. Roughneck, do you have a wheel? Do you sim race yourself? F1 a game that you're into, or do you usually play other simulators if you do? As we wait for lobby to start for the final time, we'll see what we can get done. I'm excited. Monza is always a crazy race to finish off on. We've got a set from our boy, who has managed to cook this evening. It is an LSI 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, yeah, pretty good. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't count. 2, 3, wait. Yeah, no, yeah, 6 drivers, 7th, well, basically 2nd to 7th place LSI drivers. It's fun. It's very good. It's good to be an LSI driver. We are all doomed though, because I've just seen a guy that's joined who is called Shumi. He is basically Michael Schumacher and is going to absolutely cook everyone. We, unfortunately, didn't manage to make it into the lobby due to connection, so they have disconnected. Now, we will get going very, very shortly, and it's going to be an interesting one. I assume our boy and Zingy, are gonna both qualify. Now, it's Monza, so that first corner is very deadly. A 90-degree corner in an open lobby. P1 is going to be a crush magnet. So, really, it's best to be like P5 in qualifying, and you might not get taken out. In a practice lobby at least, we'll see. But we're going to make sure we invalidate, and then we'll take it from there. F1 with a controller, nice one. Zingy's on a controller as well, and he is a 6-time LSI champion. So, and that's an F1 world champion, not an F1.5 EU champion or an A champion. So he is a 6-time world champion, the best of the best. Also, Ruleton, an incredibly quick driver. Controller can be very good. It can be very good. It's not easy, I'll give you that. I've got a controller myself. I've tried to do it on a wheel. It's crazy. It is crazy. To get those final margins to be super quick on a controller is just alien-like. You've got to be incredibly good at playing the game. Now we try and find our Monza set up and we'll see what we can do with it. I'm gonna chuck in that just for stability purposes, and hopefully leave that as it is. I don't think I'll change this, and I'll just see how it goes in quali. I'm gonna chuck that on. Gonna chuck that on as well, just to make it a bit stiffer. Alright, here we go, good luck. A bit stiff on the rear, it might be hard on traction, so maybe I'll bring it down a few clicks. Yeah, I'll probably bring it down a few clicks, to be honest. A little bit later on, 56 into the braking zone, I think it's fair enough. Just before the 100, I've just completely come out of that inside curb. Second gear, whether that's good or not, I don't think it is. I think it's third gear that you're really looking for at that final corner. We're gonna go down on the brake bias as it's a slightly less of a braking zone, 75 meters. Maybe a little bit too late, didn't help us. Get the rotational 50 brake bias through the first lesson and also into the second one as well. Light braking, so you can go low on the brake bias. Bit of a heavier braking zone, so we'll go to 52 for Scary. I just don't know where I'm braking for that corner. Still somehow kept it valid. We'll invalidate here just so we get that done. We'll go back to 54 for Parabolica. The final corner. It also has another name, but I'm not entirely sure what it is. I don't think anybody is. It's been Parabolica for so long. And that'll be that. We'll go across the line. What's it going to be? 20.5. Zingy takes pole position, although seems to have maybe got DQ'd and starts at the back. I don't quite know. Igor takes P3 in the Aston Martin. Starts quite far up. Maybe could even win the Grand Prix here. Recognise your message 30 minutes ago. Being thankful. Fair enough. Yeah, okay, so that guy's managed to glitch out the lobby. I don't know if that's a hacker or not, but yeah, that is what it is. Our boy has DQ'd on their lap, so we'll start at the back. Maybe that's a tactical decision. Start further to the back of the grid, we'll see. They're not directly in front of us, so they might even be behind us. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Now, I'm gonna quickly change that. So it was at 10. We'll go 12. Gives a bit better traction. Might help us out. Very low on the ride height, but that's what you need at Monza. Onto 55 on the brake bias. We'll take that into turn 1 because we're not going to be braking super hard. We're going to be braking a bit earlier, but keep it nice and steady. Such a cool camera in the cockpit. It is very cool. It is very cool. It's a shame that people don't use it more. I think if it was forced, then it would be very, very good. Difficult, but very good. But this is just easier to see. You can see your surroundings much more, and that's why it's much more competitive. So, why it's used. Here we go. Good luck. Oh boy, getting a great start to the left of me. Might even look into the inside. Potentially. Oh, yeah, all the ghosting, it's very hard to see. I don't blame anyone for making contact, and I want to apologise to Nifo for braking so early. Off to the left-hand side to make sure I can move out the way. Nifo's then going to come to my right-hand side and probably take that move from me. And there's not much I can really do. Oh my days. Oh my days, I broke so late. I'm so sorry. Nifo, I have no clue where I'm going. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I know you know that. I'm just really sorry. It's very difficult without no line, and I'm still very much learning. I'll give it my best shot and try and stay out of trouble, but it's really not easy. Big respect for everyone that does it. Use no line. didn't necessarily brake later, or earlier, sorry, just kind of shifted down faster and turned in earlier, or at the correct point. Oh. Right. P8. Our boys made his way to P6. Zingy leads the way with, I believe that's either Eagle. Is that another car in between them as well? Quite possible. 150 braking. Cars ahead are quick, so it's not going to be easy. I'm going to have to use a bit of energy to make sure I get that DRS if there's saving. The benefit of if you're closer to these guys, and I've taken them out again. That's... oh, I need to brake earlier. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry, Nifo. Oh, I'm ruining their day. I am ruining their day. I hope they've got DRS of the car ahead. I think they do. Yeah, all fine. No concerns. We never were concerned anyway. Oh, I'm so sorry to Nifo. That is not a track limit.
Okay, we've been given a time penalty.
Why have I been...
well,
yes, it was a track limit, but it wasn't a penalty. I don't think I got any more track limits, right? That was a bug. It was a double track limit, so I've got... or a triple, I'm not entirely sure. We'll check that later and see how many I got on this lap. Lap 2. Unless I'm blind and I can't remember, and I did actually get another track limit somewhere else. We're all just kind of locked in at the moment in our own train. Not able to catch. At this rate, Zingy is going to be the winner of the championship. I'm going to leave some space to the Haas. Still try and catch up to Nifo, make sure I don't lose them too much. Down to, we'll go to 55 brake bias actually. See if we can try and hold on to these guys. 100 braking point instead. Ride the curb, but still it was okay to ride that curb actually. Braking very early there, but as long as we get on the throttle, we can be okay. Not too fast, but we can be okay. Painful to watch, yep. It's the way it goes. That is another track limit. That is a legitimate one. Not what I wanted, but is what I got. Now, we'll try and keep it tidy for the rest of the evening. The rest of the race. Just happens to be the rest of the evening as well. We're not even making full use of the engine braking, even though we're on 100%. Just crazy. Up to 56 brake bias. We'll make sure we get this braking point correct as well. I actually broke a little bit early just to make sure that I didn't end up taking anyone out in front. Not quite the correct gear. Eagle's actually made the move now. Zingy is behind Eagle. It looks like Arvoy is going to be able to have a look at possibly catching. It's not Eagle, is it? Is it Frantic or Eagle? Either one. They're both in the battle. And they're both fighting right here. So it is a hell of a train that we got going. Kind of a mini league race in itself. We're about to head to the final lap of the Grand Prix. So everything has ticked over to boiling point. Our boy has to finish second if Zingy wins this race. If he wants to win that championship, Zingy just has to win or win at all costs basically. If our boy doesn't, it'd be crazy. I'm not going to go for a move because I don't want to get involved in the championship fight with a time penalty to my name. Obviously, if people are going slowly, I'll just make that move, but I'm not going to fight too hard. I'll just let it vibe. We'll go to 56 and we'll watch everything unfold into the first corner as we get to the final lap of the Grand Prix. Braking a bit earlier so we can make sure that we account for any slow cars. And it was all very argy-bargy. Our boys managed to find themselves in P5. Zingy's in P3, I believe that is. And they're all saving the ERS. It's going to be a tight one. It's not looking good for our boy. They've given it their best shot, but they are losing out. We've given it our best shot. They made a mistake. Oh, how tragic. Oh, what a shame. They're not going to get a good run, and they're not going to be able to make it. Nifo makes the move on his teammate and is looking to take Zingy out of contention for winning here, which is crazy. Nifo's going for P3, going for P2 across the line, and Zingy will not win the championship. Our boy will take the P4, and that is only going to be a 3-point difference. 3-point difference in the championship, which is not enough. And Nifo, Zingy's own teammate, has just denied them out of contention. Igor crashed before the line. I think they must have maybe spun too early. I don't think they got taken out. So if that was the case, then yeah, I think Zingy would have won if that didn't happen. If I'm not... Oh, actually, no, it wouldn't have mattered, right? It would have been 5 penalty points... 5, not penalty points, 5 points, championship points anyway. Nifo gets driver of the day for making their way from the back of the field to very near the front and takes that P2. Our boy with the fastest lap, giving it their absolutely everything. And we're going to scroll through the results for the final time and just have a look. And then we'll get the standings on your screen right now. Our boy takes the win by 3 points in the end. Zingy gave it his best shot in P2. Frantic. A phenomenal drive later on into the lobby, taking a P3. We've got Igor in P4, myself P5. I've managed to just about stay ahead of Nifo, who did a brilliant job right there. And we do finish ahead of Peanuts in the end. That's the constructors, as it's a tie with Williams and Aston Martin. Williams taking more wins than Aston Martin. That puts them in the lead, and they will win the championship this evening as well. That is a Mercedes in P3 by a bit of a margin there. So Mercedes not having the best of times, but a very, very competitive evening we've had here. Peanuts, don't know what happened to them. They must have had a big issue. No, they didn't. They did. So P9, unfortunately, for Peanuts, but still, they were in the race and they scored some points. So that's good to see. Now I'm going to have a look to see if I can have a look at the race director, because I got a warning, didn't I? Lap 2. Race director. Instance, lap 1, I got a warning for collision. And then I got a 2-second for that with track limits, which is weird, because you don't usually get that. So yeah, that was a bit of a weird bug, but it is what it is. That is the championship standings. Our boy takes the win. We've got Zingy in P2 and Frantic in P3. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Roughneck. It's been a pleasure to see you. Welcome to the channel. And I hope you're having a very good evening, and I hope you have a good rest of your evening as well. It's been a pleasure to stream to you. And I can't wait for the next one. We'll see you tomorrow and Saturday for the league races. We will see you on Tuesday for some more practice lobbies. Have a good one. Bye-bye and good night.